here we need to solve log of x minus 16 is equal to 4. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I have this x over here, and this is negative 116, and this is equal to 4. Okay, so there is a difference when your base is x as opposed to x minus 16, right? And they didn't really specify that in that question. So, and the reason why I'm saying that is because if you have, like, let's say log of x, right? Sorry, not the base, but this over here, because we know that the base is 10, as you can see, which they haven't really written down, right? Because we don't typically write the base of 10. But what I'm trying to say here is there is a difference between saying your log is x as opposed to log is x minus 116. Does that make sense? Because that creates your translation. So, and we're just going to assume that this is going to be just log of x, right? And you have that negative 116 over there. And the way that you're going to solve for this is if you have, let's say negative 116 is here, how do you cancel out the negative 116 and rid of that? So that means you would have to add positive 116, right? Because if you have positive 116, then that just gives you 0. So if you have plus 116 over here, right, this becomes 0, and you're ultimately left with log of x, right? And this is going to be equal to, so 116, and this is plus 4, so this is equal to 120. Does that make sense? So you have log, right, base 10, you have x is equal to 120. And because you need to solve for x, right, we know that for log, the inverse of logarithms are going to be exponential functions, right? Or exponential function, the inverse of that is logarithm. So you need to remember this by now. We have this template equation, which is y is equal to log of ax. So this a is your base, right? In this case, this would be 10 for this equation, and you have an x over here. Now, because it's an inverse, right, of your exponential function, we would have to say ay is actually equal to x. So all we have to do here is apply this ay is equal to x. We know that our a is 10, right? This is log of base 10. Your y value is 120 coming from here. So this is going to be 120, and then simply this is just your x. So that's why x needs to be equal to 10 raised to the power of 120. And I don't think you need to express what 10 raised to the power of 120 is, because that's just going to be a huge number. I think you can just keep it as an exponent. Okay, yeah, so this is the exact same thing that we did. Again, just keep in mind that there is a difference between saying it's x minus 116 or it's just simply log of your x. So okay, solution is correct.